And this is David Kurtz for TPM Media. We're joined today by Mike Lux, the longtime progressive consultant and activist and organizer and blogger. He's one of the founders of Open Left, and now the author of a new book, A Progressive Revolution. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Yeah, happy to do it.
So, in the book, you talk a little bit about these moments in history where tremendous change occurs, and you divide them into three basic categories. Sort of catastrophic events, either natural or man-made disasters of one kind or another, war or what have you, and then more sort of intellectual changes on the other hand, either sort of an underlying change in the way we think and dialogue about things, or an underlying policy change that sort of changes inalterably the terrain in which our politics functions. And are all three coming together, in your opinion, at this moment?
Well, yeah, you could. I guess you could say that George Bush was a man-made catastrophe. It's hard to describe him as pretty much anything else. And certainly with Katrina and climate change are in that category to a great extent. I think we do have kind of a stew of different kind of things going on right now, because you have these massive problems that have been building and building and building, and not only have they not been dealt with, but they've actually been worsened in recent years. And you've got that combined with this new sense of progressive fervor. I think there's a new sense of movement and passion about doing something, getting something done. I think you see that among young people. You see it in the blogosphere. You see it in online activism during the campaign and around issues. So you've got these horrible problems combined with this new excitement about getting something done, and a new leader who is, even if he may not be purely progressive in all ways, that he certainly comes out of rhetorically, stylistically, in his openness to new ideas. He comes out of the progressive side of American history.
You were interviewed the other day. I think it was Sam Stein at Huffington Post who talked with you, and you sort of broke with Obama a bit on the whole notion of post-partisanship. Could you talk a little bit about where you part ways with him on that, and the degree to which you think that in order to fundamentally remake the terrain, it requires more than just building a consensus, but using the power that has accrued to progressives and sort of bulldozing some of that terrain as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I am a huge admirer of President-elect Obama in so many different ways. I really believe in him and believe that it's great that he's trying to reach out to Republicans and conservatives. But what I said...
I guess I should say here, to interrupt just for a minute, that you were on his transition team.
And I was. I served on his transition team and was proud to do so. But I also think that at the end of the day, for all of the outreach that Obama is going to do, for all the ways of going on the charm offensive with Republicans and conservatives, at the end of the day, to make big change, you have to fight. To make big change, you have to draw lines, and you have to push, and you have to overthrow the powers that be in terms of the special interests. We're really going to reform healthcare in this country. We're going to have to overthrow the power of the insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies, the way they're structured. That's not going to be an easy fight. It's not going to be a bloodless fight. Same is true of climate change and energy issues. And all of history shows that you don't do big change without big fights. Power does not give in without demand, as Frederick Douglass might have put it.
What's your judgment on whether President Obama understands that? I mean, do you think that the that the outreach, that the bipartisanship is. I mean, I don't mean to question its sincerity, but there is obviously some political advantage to that, independent of whatever the ultimate goal may be. But beyond that, do you feel like he's got a stomach for the sort of fight you're talking about?
Well, I think he does. I think that it does nothing but good to have him look like the guy who's reaching out, to have him look like he has and feel like he has a spirit of generosity and a spirit of a friendly pursuit of trying to bring people together. I think that's a good thing, but I'm guessing that at the end of the day, Obama knows that these are going to be tough fights, but he wants to start out on the best possible terms and start out with the most outreach that he can do. I believe he understands that we are going to have tough fights and knows that, but I think if he reaches out early, I think it does help him politically.
Well, this is David Kurtz with Mike Lux. His new book is A Progressive Revolution, and we'll talk to you soon.